are an icon. You are many things, but you are graceful. Not cracking under pressure the entire time that I've known you. And more importantly, having a family. People don't really know how important family is to you, how much you want to make both of these situations work. But just you deserve a round of applause, and I need to see him in the comments for how graceful that description was of two men that are very important to your life, and you kept it that. You just kept it and moved it. I fucking respect.
No, listen, I think your kids are a reflection of you, and my kids love their father because I teach them to honor and respect and to love and to communicate with them no matter how I'm feeling. Have I had my issues before? Absolutely. But who do I tell? Them. Yeah, that's it. And I think that, when you think about like co-parenting, you can't co-parent with your feelings in the way. That doesn't mean, and I've learned stuff along the way.
Hold on, Mo. What did you say? Say that one more time.
You know what? This bobblehead.
You cannot co-parent with feelings in the way.
Like, so there are things that I have learned over the years that I feel differently about, but the core root of that is that my kids come first, and I don't co-parent with my feelings.
Yeah, let me tell you something. I need to see your birth certificate because you are not this young. You're 95 years old. Something you done took a pill. You got anyway. Family hustle, my love. You seem to jump into television quite lovely. This glamping thing that y'all just did was hilarious on the
glamping was fun. Listen, and then did you see my niece try me? Did you see Nate try me? Now, Nate know when she wanted to pass through Summer Hill, I told her to get in my car.
Right.
I'm the only one know the way, the back way.
That's right.
Like, I'm like, what you mean we boring? But like with Family Hustle, it's been a blessing for me because I didn't really always make the time to spend time with my friends the way that I should. I've always been like the woman of the family where I'm just trying to always bounce, keep stuff done. So what Family Hustle really does, it makes us make time for one another. Like Toya she's been there in a way. I mean,
hi Toya, Scorpio.
Another Scorpio. We think the same. We think the same. It's like if she don't like you, I don't either. It's like we just think the same. We don't even have to discuss certain stuff. Tiny, she is going to bring a completely different factor. Tiny is the one like, man, you got to get back out here. What is you doing?
That's her voice.
Listen, she's like, sis, you've been single about a year. What are you doing? And I'm just like,
yo, Tiny with the shits, man. She like, and you don't need no more time. You need to get back active out this motherfucker right now.
Listen, I made the mistake of telling her, like, okay, yeah, I'm ready. The other day, next thing I know, she was like, we should do a show. It's going to be you. We going to find somebody. No. The kind of men I like definitely will not be.
We're not having no lineup. We're not having no telling on nobody on accident.
We don't want that. And then I told her, I said, well, set me up on a blind date. And then Tip jumped in. And then we realized, ain't no way. I'll just meet who I'm supposed to meet. God's timing. But it is so funny the way that she encourages me. That's Tiny's way for people that don't understand. Like, she knows what the whole process has been like. Right. And so I did take that time to really heal and gather myself and spend time with my kids and make sure my kids were okay as well as myself.
Yeah, 100%.
And
I like the connection. I want to say this. I really like the connection between you, Toya, Tiny, and LaToya. I really do like the connection. And, you and Toya, my partner, that's my dog. You know what I'm saying? And it's like to see how connected you black women are is inspiring to other black women because I think a lot of times we as a culture in general, we just so catty and all over the place. We don't take time for our friends.
Well, I was never on that. I have zero hate in my system. I know what's for me has my name on it. And no matter how long of a journey it takes for me to get to what those things are, nothing that belongs to me will belong to someone else first. So I never had that hate in my system. And like I get a chance to do a lot of the stuff that I would love to be doing myself right now, even through my sisters on the show. Because like with LaToya, her having a baby, that gave us all like this.
A baby.
Yes, it's like it gave us all a baby. You know, but you have to have that kind of love for your fellow friend or sister to feel like that. I just think some people are not wired that way. They're not wired that way. And that's why, if you notice, I don't really do like the battles and all of that stuff, because to me, it just perpetuates that. Now, I love, like, when you watch Babyface and Teddy, they were celebrating each other.
Yeah.
When you listen to Timbaland and Swiss and they talk about one another, you can tell they got genuine love for each other. They're fans of each other's work. Now, that I'm a fan of. But I don't do anything that puts me at odds with someone else, especially not at this age.
Well, I'm going to tell you this, and you don't have to agree. Nobody has to agree. But you're the queen of your generation. There's no person that identifies with their audience and makes their, it's a thing of emotional connection, but then there's emotional and spiritual connection, and you connect with your people like that. I mean, your voice, I tell people all the time, I ain't never been in a club. I'm the king of the club. I ain't never been in no club with no R&B singer where they word for word in the songs like a rapper. I ain't never seen no shit like that. And no pun intended, or not because you was married to him, other than Rocco, Jeezy, a few others, very few, don't have to play no music, word for word rapping. They do that to your songs.
It's a feeling, just like the people you named. It's like you knew that's what they were really doing. I'm really living how I say I'm living, and it's a weird thing, because when I see somebody that's 19 and they know why I love you so much,
crazy.
You weren't born when this song came out.
Facts.
You were not born. So when we were in the club, what club was that we were at? I remember.
I mean, we've done it in New Orleans we've done it.
It's been so many times. But we were in Atlanta, and
that one time at Gold Room.
Yes, and you cut the music, and I'm watching like, well, why I love you so much, and really even in the middle of the club, because I always feel like your gratitude and attitude determine a lot. I just remember just saying, thank you, God, thank you. Because that's all I ever wanted. See,
but your face, Mo, like, it's your home. You was in Atlanta, it's Gold Room, your brother's on the mic. But, nigga, your face, you couldn't even sing it first. I'm going to play the footage on a recap. You couldn't even, you got the your footage? Face was like this. I got the footage. Hello?
Think about Angel Mind, that's what I think about. I think, or I hope, that when people hear it, they feel that loving feeling. Now, in latter years, I've learned to be able to sing about something that I'm not going through at all.
Right. But that energy that come through when you do though, Mo, like that is
it's
special.
Different.
It's a different spiritual connection. But I want to fast forward. We had this Brandy character and this Monica character, and the song that came out in these two characters. This is one of my favorite duets of all time. Hands down.
Mine too.
One of my favorite duets, and I just remember all the things that were going on with it. But I never forget seeing that. It was an MTV when y'all did this, and you were like, and you had the whole like, that was the first time I knew everybody would see what I had been seeing. Because you weren't all the way thugged out there, bitch. But that was like, I was like, you played it to a T, but let the shit drop.
I just wanted to know, do you know somebody named, you know his name?
You know his name.
I know his name. I just want to let you know that he's mine.
Look, great. We back.
Yeah, we back. I think I got
it. We
at
Moski.
I had to switch phones. For some reason, that one kept freezing.
Oh, it kept freezing?
Yeah, it was like freezing. It's like I could hear you, and then it'll stop, so I just switched phones.
It's not you. It's the It's the Instagram. I was on Adidas's earlier, 30 million plus people. They literally cut off.
Oh, it did that, and then it wouldn't let me come back to you from that phone.
Yeah, it's trust me. They're trying to figure it out. Too many people are figuring out how to really use Instagram Live for great purposes like this interview. But we were talking about The Boy Is Mine. That was a monumental duet in the history of duets. How was it with that song, with that other icon?
It was crazy because we didn't have any real interaction before doing the song.
Right.
Which was a huge misconception.
That's what a lot of people don't realize.
Exactly. I always lived in Georgia. You know what I'm saying? She was in LA, Brandy was in LA. And when Dallas came to me to tell me about the song, he had the conversation with Rodney Jerkins too. And Rodney Jerkins actually did like the production on other records for me after that. But he was the one that was really kind of like heading things up. And so he was like, well, would you go to LA and record it? And I'm like, absolutely.
Right.
I'll go to LA and I'll record the record. I went to LA and I recorded the record without any issue. What happened after the record was released, that it sounds like it's a classic record, let me be clear. But it has like a catty undertone with the sense that we're battling back and forth. So it was really well thought out on her and her team and my team's part to say, well, we'll get together in the video. We're kind of at each other and we'll clothesline him in the end so that this doesn't keep that type of ending.
Exactly.
But it basically created this atmosphere of supposed issue.
Right.
In the strangest way. You know, the morning shows started creating skits. I forget who the morning show hosts were in LA back then. That was the first one I heard.
Was it Big Boy back? Was he back then?
No, it definitely wasn't him. It wasn't him.
Big Boy old though. Okay, well, whatever.
It wasn't him. And it created something that even to this day people feel like they have to choose one. Hey, listen, guys, you can love both. We're two completely different artists. That's what makes the song so great. If we were the same, if we thought the same, if we moved the same, if we sound the same, the song would not have been as monumental and as fun. So, like, to end up winning the kind of awards that we won for that song, it was life-changing. It was life-changing. It was life-changing because, you know, coming from where I'm from, it's not the norm. It's not the norm at all. So I would never be foolish enough to pretend like that wasn't one of the greatest life-changing moments for me, especially musically. And I always say I appreciate them asking me to do the record because it wasn't an idea of mine. It wasn't anything that I was conjuring up. I was asked to be a part of it. And you couldn't pick a better duo.
Yeah, your energy, though, your energy and your personality and that no-nonsense character that you have, it made it believable, though. That song would not have been that song without you on it. I'm saying it. You're not saying it. It's fine. You don't have to even say nothing. I'm saying it. All right. Round of applause in the comments for that comment by Kenny Burns. Thank you very much. I want to jump fast forward.
By Kenny Burns.
I want to jump fast forward because I'm so proud of you with Mondanique's music and you doing your own independent music label because you have learned the game. You have seen the benefits and the fruits from doing it yourself. And I ain't gonna lie to you. When this song hit, it was almost like 1995 all over again. I don't know why.
What is it?
I had no knowledge of the Mondanique move. I think I learned I might have learned like right before I heard the song. But this song right here, this is so classic, Monica.
It don't take much, a little affection, some of your time. That's all that I'm asking for. Feels like this dream will never come true.
I'm going to the hook, so y'all might as well get comfortable.
Know how to listen and give me attention. You won't break my heart. Good intentions ain't hard to please. I don't need lines. Just show me that you care. Can you be there when I need you most?
Woo!
When I say I don't.
This hook though,
Forever.
Talk that shit.
I just need someone to love me when it's hard to. I can trust with all my issues. Someone who is patient and consistent. I need good sex and commitment.
I mean, that's like grown ass Monica, Denise. You know what I'm saying? Arnold. Like, what's up? Like,
it's very straight to the point, much like I am.
Mo, I don't think, honestly, as a grown, I mean, you had So Gone, and I have 85,000 records I could play. But to me, that defines the woman. Like, you could have sung that record at 18, and it would have been the same thing, I feel.
I am okay with the things that I know that I need. And I'm okay with saying that there's always room for me to grow, but I think some of the biggest miscommunications happen because people really don't know what they want. They don't even know what they want. How can I give you what you want when you don't know what that is? It's real talk. Like, and so I said, I want to do a record. I want to do a record that just simply says the stuff that I need, that I require as a human, and the things that I do want to give to someone else are so simple. How do you put that into a song? How do you make that a record that somebody could just easily understand you? And that's what my goal was with that song, because So Gone was an example of me when I'm hurt, me when I'm sad, me when I'm upset, you know? And I think of records that just as time went on, when you think of like Everything to Me, I want to feel like that. You know what I'm saying? When I think of Love All Over Me, I want to feel like that.
You better say them motherfucking titles.
You know, like I mean, now you manifest what you speak. I don't speak on a lot of the negative shit I've been through with reason. And I also am very protective of the people that I've chosen over the years in my life. I'm protective, even if I'm not with you, because I would want you to be the same way towards me. And some stuff isn't just for public consumption. It is for us. And it was for me to go through what I went through and to learn what I learned. Like this girl asked me yesterday, she said, well, why don't you seem bitter? Like you don't seem angry. What exactly would I be bitter about? Because there's a blessing in the lesson. You just have to have the kind of perspective that allows you to see it. So like when I listen to Commitment, it's really the simplest, straightforward verbiage that I would use to someone if I wanted them.
That's right.
You know, and when I meet someone that I want, that will be how it is, how simply it'll be put. I think people just outthink themselves, and everybody want to be so deep. Being respectful, being kind, loving somebody, being faithful, that shit is not deep. Either you're capable or you ain't, you know?
Hold on. Everybody want to be what, Mo? They want to be deep.
Yeah, they want to be
baffles me. It baffles me how much people just want to get so lost in the shit and
you
pass the fuck out and die.
You want to be too deep. It's simple with me. And anytime that it's been complex, it's because somebody else made it that way. That's not going to come from me. It's not going to come from me.
Are you a Scorpio?
I am.
That's what the fuck it is. That's what it is.
Wait, what is the thing with the Scorpio?
Because I'm a Scorpio, nigga. That's why.
Well, we do that though. But Scorpio, I ain't going to get on Scorpio men. But okay.
I'm an October Scorpio, Mo. I'm not like the November Scorpio man, but I'm your brother. So listen, this is my thing. And speaking of men, I've known personally or of every boyfriend you ever had, I mean, in your life. And I feel like you have a type. And I think the word would be manly. I don't think it would be anything else. I mean, like you like a man's man. You don't, ain't nothing pretty about nothing, you know what I'm saying? You like to get your hands dirty. Is that a true description?
That's your final answer.
Is it what?
That's your final answer.
What'd you say? I can't hear you. What you talking about?
I do. I say without shame, I do have a type. Have I grown beyond it? Yes. And that took a very long time.
But are the characters of the man that you want? I don't know that. I think the characters were always there. I think maybe
the characters were definitely there. Unfortunately, for people's perception maybe of them, it was not. But a lot of times you don't know. For instance, I remember having the conversation. I don't glorify anything that the streets have to offer. For instance, I made Street Symphony because it was real life for me. And so when you think of Street Symphony, what I was saying is if you know, something that I want to say, you know, I think that we should get away from the life of doing wrong things. I've never condoned that. But what I found was that there was an appreciation for honesty and love and sincerity that I found in that particular person. Then you fast forward. I am not a person that is stuck on someone being famous. That just happened to be what I was around most times. I keep telling people, this is my job.
Right.
So when you go, if you were at your job 24 years, at some point, somebody in the office might catch your eye. That's not abnormal. But it was not a requirement for me.
And that's not to all these married couples listening, that your husband or your
that's not what I'm saying.
Job. That's not what she said.
That's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is that for me, that's what happened. You know, I never cared about famous. I never cared about rich. I always cared about the heart of a person. And I do like a very manly man, because I am a woman that, listen, I don't want to be the head when I'm at home. I'm the head at my job. I'm the boss there. Take some time. And me making the album title Chapter 38, you know, it made it feel like it needs to come out within that time frame. Right. And I said, okay, what made my first album so great? And I sat down and I wrote those things down. And one of the key elements was that I worked with multiple people. There were absolutely no time constraints.
Right.
None. No, we didn't put anybody on deadlines. We really sat down and we made it happen. So I went back to that same formula from the first album intentionally. I went back to that exact same formula, and it took time. It took time for me to. I would go west and work. I'm waiting now on London on the track. He working on some stuff for me now. I went and worked with Pharrell in Miami during one of the most difficult times in my life. I was like, should I just go ahead and push through? And it was the best thing that could have happened. We was recording 2 songs a night.
Yeah.
And so these things take time. And I think what happens is when you put these time frames on it and you start rushing, and you're moving with the rush versus actually saying, these are great records and this needs to happen. And, I thought this would work, but it didn't. Scrap it. We really had to do that. And it's hard to do that now because I'm independent. So I'm paying for all of these things. And when you talk about like the fruits of your labor, when you own a label, you plant the tree, you getting the dirt. You might have to bring some dirt in from somewhere else. You might have to go to Pike. You might have to go there. Listen, you have a lot you have to do before the work is done.
Yeah.
And, you know, I still see things. You know, I remember when I first got the diamonds in my teeth, and Linda was literally calling the dentist trying to stop it.
Right.
And C was like, yeah, that's going to be cool. You heard me? That's going to be crucial. I had 2 different things going on. But now I see diamonds in everybody's teeth.
Everybody.
I use that as an example to say, whatever the process is, it's yours. It's your artistry. So when I'm changing hair, when I'm thinking about videos, who should direct them, who should shoot them, I got to make all this stuff happen. And I got to make it happen without the thought of time constraints. Now I feel like, okay, we got enough stuff in the arsenal. We can release some music, get to the album before the end of the year, and start really making that happen.